Connor, you say halftime sketch? What am I looking at here? Is this Kazador being super beefy?
Yeah. Just working out the basic model for Kaz.
Wait, where are you at, Connor?
I put it into Discord in AP's Discord.
Yeah, the on the tabletop Discord.
Just trying to add a little bit there.
There's
Looks
another
good.
Discord?
Yeah, there's my Discord. You want me to invite? Or is it too much for you?
Very nice.
Thanks.
Discord.
You know, I haven't actually done Kaz like properly yet. Like the first time I was kind of nervous, so.
Yeah, I've been trying some of your techniques in my cards, and I'm really digging it.
Cool, man. That's good. I can't wait to see what you got cooking there, Bearded.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this link in the notes what do you call that on YouTube? Description section, so y'all can take a look at it at home.
Yeah.
If you're watching live, it's in chat.
Sweet.
Okay, so where did we leave off? The princess had leaped out of the bag, becoming a full-sized elf.
I believe it's leapt.
So Mortrick dies.
I'll allow it. No, I'll allow it.
An
Look,
assassin strike takes Mortrick out.
no. If there's one thing I know this week, it's that I'm going to be apologizing for all the mistakes I've made. So yeah, no, you're correct. It could be that the princess leapt from the bag. As she does, a trail of ration crumbles fall from the mouse's mouth and cover the front of her dirty clothing. This clothing looks like it was very, very high quality silks and fine adornments once, but now it's dirty and unwashed and dinged up.
As soon as I see her come out of the bag, I want to like look around to make sure that we're isolated and
not that isolated. You're just in the middle of a regular street.
Okay.
In the Noble District.
Whoa. Not yet. How many people here know your face?
I don't know.
Kaz, do you have a cloak or
Nearby,
something?
two people are talking, and you can hear one of them go, "Man, it sure has gotten pretty nice around here lately. A lot of money flowing from the palace. But have you seen all the posters for the princess? They say that she keeps trying to escape." And one of them just like, "Yeah, there's one over there. Let's go take a look at it."
Do I have like a cloak or anything?
Do you have a cloak?
I don't know.
I've got a bedroll.
You know what you have is a character sheet with an inventory, and if it says you have a cloak, then you have a cloak, and if it doesn't say you have a cloak, you don't have a cloak.
I have a bedroll, but
you're just gonna throw a bedroll over the princess?
No.
What comes in? Oh, I have fine clothes.
Lillian, while they're arguing how to throw clothing over you, what are you doing?
She's rapidly speaking in Elvish. And
I'd be like, yeah, just keep talking, lady. We don't know what's going on either, but you need to put this on, and I'll throw my fine clothes at her because my common clothes. Because
we haven't a clue about that infernal language, but I don't think you're safe here.
Did you say it's infernal?
Yeah,
It's not infernal.
I mean, I don't know what you elves are up to, but yeah, I don't understand a word of it.
I'm sorry for him, but he is super racist.
Accidentally allowed.
Wow, this Kazador is racist thing just keeps getting legs.
What kind of clothes did you give her?
I threw the common clothes at her.
So these are common human peasant clothes.
Yeah. Do you expect me to wear these?
I mean, I expect you to wear those or like get your cookies hauled back to the castle. It's up to you. Or you can hop back in Kaz's bag.
So the two guys who are looking at the poster, one of them turns and says,
I'm gonna head over to them.
Yeah, so one of them turns and says, "Ah, welcome, human.
Hey,
Look at this fine illustration.
Someone's missing? Oh, do you think
the palace artisan has himself drawn the princess in great likeness. Look at the fine detailing here. A human hands could never create something this fine."
You're probably right.
And look at this. Look at the paper quality. You don't get this level of.
Is that bone china?
No. Look at the thread count here. We don't make paper without at least 800.
This is super nice. Yeah.
Just put your hand on it. Feel it.
Oh, I'm caressing the shit out of that paper.
When you return to your lands, speak of how great the elves are. Remind them that Havens is the greatest country in the world.
Pretty sure when I get home, I'm just going to burn all of our paper because it could never be this good.
The second guy nods and is just like, "That's a very wise move."
Yeah.
You haven't seen this woman, have you?
Who is this again? It says princess here?
This is the crown princess Lilywin.
Oh, why? Where'd she go? Wait.
Oh, well, according to
What is
this, I know you can't read our superior
Yeah, no, I
language,
can't.
but she's been attempting to escape from the palace for the last 6 weeks. She's been rather rebellious. Her parents are very disappointed in her and are worried she might accidentally get out. There's a reward for her return.
Trying to escape, do you think?
The princess is always being rambunctious.
Yeah, princesses, you know, right?
The first guy turns and says, I heard from one of the palace maids that she hasn't cleaned her room in 6 weeks. She won't allow anyone to go in there.
Well,
Lilywin, Kazador, you're listening to this conversation.
Divas.
What are you doing with these clothes, Lilywin? You've been handed these common human peasant clothes. They smell better than your current clothing, certainly. They might look a little better. Possibly. I mean, certainly your clothes would be better once they get a good wash.
I forgot his name already. I'm so sorry.
Mortrick
or Kaz?
Who's ever standing in front of me right now?
Kazador.
Kaz.
It's Kaz.
Okay. She turns to Kaz and says, where am I going to change? I can't just change right here.
I agree. I don't know why he threw those clothes at you. I think we need to duck into an aisle and alleyway or something. And I have a friend who's more familiar with these kinds of things, but we need to get out of eyesight and have you disappear someplace. I mean, I don't know why they're after you. At some point, you need to explain that. We covered for you back there, but that'll only get you so far.
Anyway, find me a place to change.
And I look around and I'm not familiar with the city. I look for an alleyway.
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty of alleyways here.
Okay.
The city has, you've never seen a city so sophisticated. It has a grid layout. Everything is cross streets. You know, it's not just whatever road passes in front of people's houses, building outwardly from that. Someone planned this city.
Like Salt Lake City. Just as creepy.
Or Philadelphia.
I find an alleyway and say, why don't you duck down there and I will stand outside here.
I can't change out in the open.
Not in an alleyway?
No.
Okay, then I suppose we have to find our friends. Do you know where the seaweed is?
Do I know where that is?
You've never heard of a low-end tavern run by criminals.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, that's where we're going to meet our friends. I mean, do you know a place where you want to change?
I don't know. Find a bathhouse or something.
Okay.
From around the corner, two guys wearing togas walk around and go, did you see the bugbear in that bathhouse? Disgusting creature. And he turns and looks and sees that there's a bunch of non-elves there, and then switches to Elven. And his companion switches to Elven as well. And you can see that they're looking at Kazador and Mortrick and definitely talking about them.
What did I say about
just keep walking, buddy.
Oh, they're just like, they'll let anyone into the bathhouses these days. I mean, look at that one. That dwarf walking around in full plate. Can you imagine needing armor like that? It's ridiculous. He must be from a country that isn't capable of defending itself.
I'm going to come back over and be like, yeah, it sounds like the bathhouse is going to work. We'll go in first, clean it out, and then you can come in and change. How's that sound? That sounds like a terrible idea. You need to get in there and get those clothes on.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right, fine. It's 100 gold. It's looking real tempting right now.
Yeah, look, Bish. We're inclined to help you, but you need to help us. If you want to change into the bathhouse, we can walk you towards there. And so I guess we make our way. I mean, I'm gonna start moving in that direction.
Are you still holding the clothes for her?
I'm gonna. Yeah. Yes. No.
Okay.
I've given her the clothes. My clothes. I have some nice clothes. Kaz has some nice clothes, but unfortunately, they're a dwarven size. So
yeah. Good luck getting an elf and dwarf clothes. You guys are both super racist.
I like how Mortrick is the pinnacle of non-racism in his own mind. Perfectly unbiased.
And we're like, okay,
I am not
you
racist.
guys get this clothes thing situated. I'm gonna go figure out where the seaweed is, and then I'm gonna wander off and try and figure out where the seaweed is.
The real instigator, of course, of this whole racist thing was you, Mortrick. But anyway,
Lilowin, you're in a confusing position now. The human is walking away, talking about seaweed again. Maybe he's hungry. Kazador keeps moving towards a bathhouse, gesturing for you to follow him.
I'll follow him to the bathhouse.
Okay. The bathhouse attendant outside is just like, any may enter our superior establishment here for no cost at all. We wish that all of any race might remain clean. Will your companion servant require help with his armor? For a small fee, we can have an attendant.
I don't need any servant.
They're speaking Elvish to each other.
Okay, all right, yeah, sorry.
So just turn to him. Do you need help with your armor?
I don't need any help. Let's get going.
No, he doesn't need help.
Very well. Please enter the bathhouse at your leisure.
I guess I'll go take a bath and then get changed.
Kazador, as you're outside, the bathhouse attendant is just like, are you sure you don't want to enter? All of our water is naturally infused with sub-aquifer minerals and warmed to the perfect temperature for the body.
That just means it came out of elf toilet.
Soothing mineral bath, which can provide much relief to sore muscles.
I've seen enough water for months. Let's just get on with it. And I say, no, I'll wait out here.
Very well. Lilowin, it takes some serious scrubbing, and there's no one to help you. There's no maids or attendants who wash your hair and then rebraid it for you. There's nobody to help you get into your clothes. You have to get your arm through your own clothing. It's shocking. It's not tough. It's just shocking. You're not used to it.
When I come
There's buttons, right? You've heard of buttons before, but that's not a thing they do around here. So you button up a nice men's shirt and some men's trousers and a little cap. But you're looking a lot more like the princess right now. Like, not clothes-wise, but now that you're not dirty anymore.
All right, so I'm gonna come back. Well, after I figured out,
You're looking for Runa and Rik-Jaxx, right? Yeah. Let's cut to Runa and Rik-Jaxx. You guys are headed to the seaweed, correct?
Correct.
Right. Hal helps you find the seaweed rather easily. He's just takes one look at the establishment and is like, I'll wait outside, shall I?
That might be for the best.
So, in a town where everything is made out of wood, this is probably the only metallic structure that you've ever seen. It's like corrugated steel. Everything is like wavy and it's like a tin shack essentially, but like a big tin shack. And there's very tough looking elf dudes with like full arm tattoos of a dragon coming out of the water. All of them have the same tattoo along their right arms. Most of them have additional tattoos on their faces, necks. Some of them are displaying their torso, where you could see like all the way down to the stomach or even further. More tattoos. The only thing that none of them have is a tattoo on the left arm.
Like the entire left arm?
Yep, any part of left arm, no tattoo. And they're all like sizing you up as you approach. Most of them are looking at Runa and they're just kind of like, ugh. But when Rik-Jaxx approaches, a couple of them flash you some of those thieves' cants.
That's good. So, to the group again, our mission was to come talk to this guy to get more information about the flute, right? Anyone else remember?
We got you this as an invitation to possibly get you some contacts in the underworld, as well as more skills as far as being a thief and general badass.
Yeah, I don't think the seaweed is directly tied in with the quest for the flute.
Oh, bloody hell.
But it's just like it's our way in. It's one of our ways into this settlement.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, through Thieves Can, I'll just tell these guys we're, my friends and I are adventurers, and we're just looking for general information on the lay of the land. What's going on in this town, what's happening.
So the first guy tries greeting you in a combination of Thieves Can and Elven before switching over to Gnomish, and says, "Greetings, small one. It is not often we see your kind around here walking in the sunlight."
Yeah, I have just cause, or not just cause, but I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life that driven me up above ground. So you don't see very many deep gnomes anywhere. I haven't come across any in quite a while.
I notice that you bear accoutrements of one who is skilled in the arcane arts. Are you perhaps a trickster by trade?
It could be. I think I'm new at the arcane side of things.
You have come to the right place. All of us here are masters of enchantment and illusion.
Oh, fantastic.
We have no concern for your adventuring parties' wills and oaths. But if you wish to step inside and address yourself to the boss, you may speak with the father.
That sounds very good. Let's do that. So I'm going to pass along all that information to Runa so that she's up and in the know. So are we both invited in?
No, just you. You're the only one who's cool,
Yeah,
you don't bring your normie friend into the gang enclave.
Well, I'll be like, you know what? This is my companion. I'd really like to.
I'm not part of the fandom. I'll just wait out here.
Yeah. All right.
So no. When you say that, he's like, very well. She may enter as well. Would you refuse our hospitality, madam?
Certainly not. Lead the way.
So when you go inside, it's pretty clear you've stepped into a drug den. There's like a hazy smoke that crawls along the ceiling. There are many people with long pipes smoking various kinds of herbs, which have a variety of smells. Some of them pleasant, some of them less so. You begin to get a tingling at the edge of your mind, letting you know that the smoke is more than just, mere tobacco. Lots of people in here have unraveled and unwinded. There's some wrestling matches going on in a corner, some drinking in another. Tattoo art is taking place, but mostly people are smoking. The elf who's escorting you takes you towards a back room where there is a very short, wizened elf. And if he looks old, he must be ancient. It's got like a scraggly white beard that has turned into like a weird Z-like, and it seems like it's solidly there. Like he must have put something to hold it in that position. And just a few thinning hairs on his head left. And in common, he says, "I welcome you to my establishment. I am Kanahare Edrar, but you may call me Father Edrar, or Father Ed. I am the father of this city. There is nothing that happens here that I do not know about. I understand that you are recently off a boat, Rik-Jaxx, and that you, Runa, have a fine outstanding."
I have a what? I've only just arrived.
According to my information that my runners have received, you owe a fine of 25 gold pieces for impersonating a paladin.
That sounds like Mortrick.
Mortrick.
I'll roll my eyes and just...
So there is nothing here that
One
we
of
do
my
not
companions.
see. Why have you come to this establishment? Do you wish to join my family?
So I'll give him a deep bow out of respect, just so that I'm, start off with a courtesy, and just say, you know what, my party and I are just passing through town, but I was given some advice from our ship's captain to come contact you that you might be able to help me perhaps understand the kind of like this power, this calling that I felt suddenly.
Have you blossomed into becoming a trickster? An arcane trickster?
It seems that I have.
Magic
So
flows through elf veins. Perhaps it calls to the deep gnomes as well.
I believe it does, but I just need a little bit of guidance to get started.
If you were to become a guest member of our society, I would be pleased to teach you personally for the next week.
I'm not sure if we're going to be here a whole week, but if we are, I will gladly take up your hospitality, your invitation.
In order to become a guest member, you must receive our mark.
I knew tattoos would be involved. What's the mark?
So he says, you must bear the celestial water dragon of our people upon your left arm, to know, so that any who may gaze upon you know that you are one of us.
Left arm, not the right arm?
Left arm. The right arm is for those of elven blood.
Oh, understood. You know what? I'll actually agree to that.
So he says, he stands up and says, I will do the tattoo myself. And the guy who led you in there is shocked. He's like, hashtag shook. But yeah, the guy just begins pulling out a leather bag with tattooing supplies. And he says, sit down, take a drink, take a smoke. This will take a while, and it will be painful.
You know, I'm game for it. Let's go.
So, Runa, the guy who escorted you in here, looks kind of anxiously at you and says, perhaps you would be more comfortable at the bar.
Perhaps I would, and I'll go with him.
Yeah, so he leads you away. He gets to the bartender and says something to him in Elvish, and the bartender pours a drink out for you. It looks just like water, but he poured it from a pretty nice-looking bottle.
Mm. I'll take a decent-sized swig of it. Get it all in my mouth.
It's kind of a very dry wine.
Mm.
You know, it's got like a berry flavor to it. It's not bad.
All right.
Alcohol content seems a little heavy. Kazador, Mortrick, Lilowin. Oh, sorry. Let's start with Mortrick. You are looking for the seaweed.
Yeah.
All right, so you encountered the seaweed. There's a bunch of tough-looking guys outside. There's only 3 now. They see you approaching, and they give you the keep moving glance.
I'll be like, not a problem. And I'm just going to turn around and start going back the way I came.
Kazador, Lilowin. Lilowin, you exit the bathhouse. The attendant bows to you as you leave and says, I apologize, madam. You look familiar. But I can't.
Say, before I left the bathhouse, I wanted to take all my hair and shove it into the hat.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, no. She just says, have we met before? I can't place your face.
Well, we met when I was walking in here.
Before that. Did we perhaps attend school together?
That's possible.
I see. What is your family name?
You know what? I gotta go find my friend.
Kazador, you're standing there watching this very awkward conversation unfold.
But I can't
Oh, look,
understand
there
why.
he is.
That's true, but you do notice a very suddenly nervous Lilowin. I mean, for you, that's basically just all of the Lilowin you've ever known, but...
Yeah.
And she suddenly points to the door.
Look, man, we have to go. We have to go. We have an appointment. I have to take you there. Look, we can't fraternize with all these attendants. Let's get going.
I must be on my way. It says we have an appointment, and I'll just kind of shuffle out the door.
Blessing of the Grove. You shuffle out. Kazador, you're escorting Lilowin.
Okay, I'm walking in the direction of Mortrick. We're going to need some explanations soon, but I want to know more about...
Am I back there now?
Mortrick and Kazador, you meet halfway through the town. right at the borderline. It's where Mortrick was going to wait for you.
And
He was
where
looking
is
out night and day.
Is she with you?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd be like, what did you let her wash for? She looks like her now. I'm gonna pick some mud up off the street and throw it at her. Be like, you need to stay incognito. Don't you know anything?
There actually isn't any mud here.
There's no mud here.
All of the streets are cobblestone lined and rather clean.
God, I hate this place so much. Why did you let her bathe? Anyway, I guess we can't do anything about it now. Okay. I know where the seaweed is.
As you're walking away, Mortrick, you see someone harassing you from a pulpit on the side of the road. He's just like, "That's right, human. Keep walking away. You know nothing about culture. You seem like one of those suave bard types. Everyone knows that the lute is a superior form of musical element. Spoken word is for losers."
I mean, as much as I want to agree with you, on principle, I cannot.
Then shall we battle here and now?
I mean, I guess if you're up for being embarrassed in front of all your buddies here, then let's go for it.
Shall we make it a musical battle then? We shall express our love for our various forms of art in that form of art.
Sounds perfect.
I'll even give you a handicap. I will only recite words in common.
That's very big of you.
I'm not sure if we have time to be engaged.
Oh, it's too late. A bard duel has been declared. Everyone knows that bard law.
He has thrown the
So
gauntlet.
several of his friends begin moving around to form a circle between the two of you. This guy just starts like hopping. He begins doing like some hip hop moves, shifting his feet around. Someone hands him a lute, and he's just starts like stretching with the lute. He plucks a few like notes real quick and then tunes the pegs, and he's just like, "I'm ready to begin whenever you are."
Let's do this thing.
All right, let's make opposed performance checks. What is it you're saying as part of your spoken word performance?
I'm going to say, as part of my spoken word performance.
You need to prove that spoken word is better than recitation via lute.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can't defend your own chosen form of art?
I mean, I barely believe in my form of art. I only did this to get a scholarship.
Then maybe you need to insult his form of art.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm definitely thinking.
You know what it is? If you can't defend your point, you need to attack the enemies.
yeah, that's definitely Mortrick's play.
Like 8 Mile. Tell him all the shitty things about you.
What is? Oh, it's. I don't have the opposite of bardic inspiration, do I yet?
You do not.
No.
What is that even called?
Cutting words?
Cutting words, yeah.
Yes.
It's probably an enchantment anyway.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm terrible at this kind of stuff, legit. I don't.
Should have gone to those classes.
Yeah, I should have picked. I don't know. I'm just gonna get up there and I'm gonna say to the crowd in spoken word fashion words.
I just want to say I'm very surprised that Mick is speechless. This is
I want to point out he was so quick to jump in on this, but now he doesn't know what to do.
History in the making.
Yeah, no, I don't.
All right, so this guy looks at Mortrick like standing there starting, and then he starts playing his lute, and he's like, "Spoken word is for losers and lamers. Look at this human scum. He can't even get what's in his mouth out from his bum." Everyone knows the spoken word is the most pithy of arts. And if only he could do something more than stand around with farts.
I mean, I'm just gonna give him the slow clap. I'm like, that was beautiful.
You're gonna let him win? You're conceding defeat in this bard battle?
I'm just gonna slow clap and like, all I had was you're a prissy stuck up bitch. I don't know. I hate to be racist, but you elves seem to like run true to type, and then I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay, yeah.
Then I'm gonna get back to Kaz, and I'm gonna be like, listen, don't tell anyone about that, okay? It's embarrassing. It's never happened to me before. I promise it won't happen again. All right? Let's not ever speak about this ever to anyone.
Lilywin, you can hear in Elvish they're loudly declaring how badly that human got owned.
And
Completely wrecked by sick green fire from the grove.
You should have gotten to safety.
Mortrick, I'm ashamed.
We're not talking about it, Kaz. What are you ashamed of? Oh, nothing, because nothing happened. Let's keep moving. Come on.
I somehow think that this will not be the end of this event, but yes, let's.
The end of what event? Nothing happened.
Right. Okay, show us where this tavern is.
All right, so I'm going to lead him about a block away and just point at it and not get any closer.
Okay.
There it is. I don't think we should go in till Runa and Rik-Jaxx come out.
If they're even in there.
Yeah, you don't know
if they're even in there. I mean, we know they're gonna be here, so we either wait for them to show up.
You can see Hal sitting with the wagon nearby. He just.
Hey, there's Hal.
Hey, Hal.
Yeah,
Hal is like shocked. He's like, "Oh, hey, sorry,
hey, Hal, we made a new friend, and that is the only thing that happened while we were gone."
Oh, I see.
He also got schooled in a battle of bards.
Nope, that did not happen. You can't trust her. We found her on the street.
That does sound very unlikely. Mortrick has been profuse with his words. Verbose.
Yes. Well, do you know where Runa and Rik-Jaxx are?
Yes, they're inside the bar.
Okay. Ooh, how long have they been in there?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up, hail the guard, and be like, "Hey, have you guys seen our friends? A deep gnome, perhaps, and a genasi."
So these guys look like they'd rather not give you the time of day, and they say, "People like that might be inside."
Look, I don't need any trouble. I just could anyone go in and tell them that their friend Cass is waiting outside?
So they do that thing where they stand there for a couple seconds to make it clear that you're not the boss of them. They're probably it's like talking to a cat, right? He wants to make sure that you know that you're not in charge. And that if he does this thing, it's only because he feels like it and not because it's a favor for you.
Right.
No, that it is a favor for you. Like, you owe him for sending him on this errand. So several minutes into your drinking, Runa, you're approached by someone from outside the bar. They show up and they're just like, some friends outside are looking for you and your other friend. You want us to make them disappear?
No, just leave them alone. They're harmless.
Okay, we'll keep them outside.
Anybody else.
So just to be clear, you're not telling this guy to bring them inside. You're saying just leave them outside.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The elf comes back out and stands in front of you, Kazador, and says, "You're not welcome inside. Keep walking."
But our friends were inside.
Keep walking.
How many?
Do you not speak common? He starts saying something in Elvish. Lilywin, this guy is just like, your ancestry is infested. Your blood runs red with the horrid stench of 100 dwarven lives.
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and say, maybe we should walk this way.
All right, fine.
I just stayed with Hal at the wagon. We're like, I don't know what happened, Hal. I don't know what happened. Like,
I was just like,
I don't know what happened, Hal. Hal, I don't know what happened. What happened, Hal? I don't know what happened.
I don't know. What did happen, Mortrick?
Nothing happened, Hal. Stop talking about it.
But you're the one who told me.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened? What happened? I don't know. I don't know.
Do you need some counseling, son? I can help you work through this.
Work through what? Nothing happened, Hal. That's what happened. Nothing.
But you seem so agitated. Look.
I'm not. I'm okay. All right. I'm fine. I'm gonna go lay down in the back of the wagon.
No,
Just-
come here, son. Come. He picks up a package of cinnamon, and he's just like, smell the outside of the bag. Smell how delicious this is.
Oh my god, that's delicious. What is this miracle food?
It's cinnamon. It's just
Hal.
pure
Hal.
uncut cinnamon.
It's beautiful.
I know.
Take a whole
What
spoon.
happened, Hal? What happened?
Just take a little and put it on your tongue. It'll help increase blood flow in your body. Help calm you down.
Jesus, it burns.
It's not that bad. I mean, take a drink, sit down, let's talk about it. What didn't happen, Mortrick?
Nothing happened, Hal. I don't want to talk about it.
No, you need to talk about it, son. He wraps an arm around your shoulder. He's like, you got to talk about it. It's burning you up
Couldn't think
inside,
of the
boy.
words. The words weren't there.
Happens to all of us.
It's
Sometimes
never happened
lately,
to me.
when I'm out of words, I just turn to my book. And he opens the book and you begin hearing whispers. Yep, my tome of secrets.
Yeah, I mean that seems good, but you like. How much time do you spend with that book?
Oh, 8 hours.
Every day?
Yeah, I just write about everything that's happened recently in my life.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
my
like,
thoughts.
I'm not worried at all, but maybe don't like flash that book around when Kaz can see you. Is all I'm saying.
I understand.
Yeah.
Kaz
yeah.
just doesn't understand Tharder.
Yes. I mean, Kaz would never understand any word with that many syllables.
Kaz, Lilowin, you're both walking away.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Do I know what is your name?
I'm Lilowin. But my
Lilowin.
friends call me Win.
When? Okay. Our friends are in that tavern likely, but we can't go in right now. We need a quiet place to
Can't we go
talk.
in?
Well, that place doesn't look friendly to us. I think it's a thieves' den.
They seem nice.
No,
They don't like you though.
they don't like me. It's true, and you
You
can
don't
go
like
in by
your
yourself. You can try to go and see our friends if you want, but it seems like we're sticking together for now.
I don't know who your friends are.
Yes, it's true. Well, I mean, it's a deep gnome and a genasi. You might be able to know them as the non-elves in that place. But otherwise, maybe we should find a quiet place and talk about why it is that everyone's after you for 100 gold.
That sounds like I figured I'd be worth it. That sounds like a good idea though.
Yeah, I think so. So we look around, maybe for another place. That's
There's a beer garden nearby.
okay.
It's a nice open air cafe that has a garden, and there are servers heading out into the garden and like harvesting fresh lettuces and flowers and like putting it into a bowl and then bringing the bowls back to the customers.
All right, this place looks fine. What do you think, Lilowin?
I guess.
All right, Mortrick, are you joining us?
No, I'm still at the wagon with Hal.
Okay. All right.
A place that's even quieter would be nice though.
Okay. We look around
Nobody
for.
can hear us.
I don't know where else it would be. not
I'm
sure
worried
if
that Lil One's gonna murder Kaz now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this place seems fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless I don't have anywhere else to go.
So there's a little goblin that pokes around the corner and is just like, "Did I hear that you're looking for a quiet place to sit down and talk?"
Yes.
I didn't mean to overhear, but my goblin ears are so good at hearing things. Why don't you come down this alleyway? We have several fine rooms that you can rent by the hour.
I'm not like to trust a goblin.
Oh, that's fine. That's
That's
fine.
a bit racist.
He turns to Lilowin and says, "There are several fine rooms here that you can rent by the hour." I don't mind your friend's racism. It's fine. I live here among the elves for quite some time. They're very tolerant. You know. I'm sorry, do I know you? You look familiar.
Probably not.
I understand. I understand.
Goblins
There are
aren't to
several
be
people who
trusted.
pass through my establishments that don't wish to be known. But if you're looking for a quiet place to talk, for just 5 copper, you can get an hour.
She looks at Cass.
All right, yeah, I'm curious why they're after you. We need to find this out, and we don't know anywhere else we can go.
The goblin holds his grubby little green hands out. It's like 4 sausages.
I toss him 5 copper, avoiding his sausage hands.
Thank you, Master Dwarf. Your
Yes.
key. And he hands it to Lilwyn. First
Thank
room
you.
on the left. And so you guys enter this dark alleyway where the houses here are a little less fancy. Now that you're off the main street, it's less fancy tiered roofs that everyone else seems to have and more like practical, just straight up wooden structure.
Mhm.
No ornamentation. There's a set of apartments in the dark shade of the alleyway where your key fits in room 101.
All right, I enter, take a look at the room.
It's a bed, bath, table, 2 chairs.
Mm-hmm. All right, Wen, what's going on here?
So it seems that my parents are in a bit of trouble, I think.
What kind of trouble?
I don't know what kind of trouble, but they've been acting odd
How long?
for 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Did anything happen around the 6 weeks?
They were getting ready to fire the chancellor, and then my parents started listening to him and only him, and the whole court started acting odd.
Why is everyone after the paladins?
I don't know. Paladins are bad, I guess.
Has that always been the practice here?
No, it's been about 6 weeks.
6 weeks,
Or
yeah.
a few weeks, I mean.
So you've been stuck in your room this entire time?
No, I've been running around on the roofs.
This entire time, 6 weeks. Are you hungry?
2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks. Sorry.
Yes, I'm hungry.
All right. I mean, I pull out my rations and I see that one. Did you already eat a ration?
I'm very hungry.
All right. Yeah.
Don't judge me.
That's fine. I mean, I would be hungry too after 2 weeks. I give her a ration.
Do you have any better food?
I don't. The man back at the cart, Al, he's not to be trusted, but he does. He's a good cook. He's a good cook.
Holy shit.
I think the cook is one of the people that I would want to trust the most.
Well, we haven't worked that kid
That
out.
drum in his brain just explodes.
I think the cook is the person that could kill you the easiest.
I don't think he would poison us. That's the
Oh, finally a
Wait,
voice of
so you can
reason.
trust him. You can trust him not to poison you, but he's not to be trusted.
He's not to be trusted with other things. Look, it's
Like what?
for the story. I think he's got this book. It whispers. I don't know what's going on. We haven't really talked about it, but anyway, let's not talk about Hal. You know anything else about what's going on around here?
Not much. I've been trying to figure some stuff out myself, but
That's
I
quite the
haven't
trick
been
you
able to
played
leave
with
the palace until now.
Hold palace. That was quite the trick you played. Becoming a mouse? How did you do that?
Oh, I'm magic.
Okay. Yeah, I think Mortrick sometimes does that every once in a while.
He turns into mice. Mice.
No,
Sorry,
not mice.
my
Just I've seen him do something with wands or something. I don't know. He said something. It makes things happen. It's not really my area of expertise. Okay.
Are you drawing the goblin, Mccomicker?
Sausage fingers.
Those are some sausagey fingers.
Yeah.
Those are some links.
So I just want to cut sideways in the middle of this conversation, very rudely. We'll come back to it, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But Rik-Jaxx, while you were being tattooed, all of a sudden, a second kit begins to pull itself out of a drawer on the table and begin floating over towards you. And now he's working on your left arm on one side, and this kid is also working on the other side of your left arm. And he says, "Your first lesson begins now. Upon becoming an initiate in the school of the arcane trickster, you may use your mage hand spell to become invisible. And it can perform tasks for you, unlocking doors, upsetting traps. You should never again be worried about any sort of direct damage. Gases, perhaps. Rooms falling on you, surely, but never again will you prick a poison needle on a door or be caught with fingerprints or other identifying information left. These are for lesser rogues, ones who do not understand that the hand that is not seen is the hand that is greatest."
Oh, that's amazing. So how do I, cast that spell? How do I let forth that power?
Did you take the Mage Hand cantrip?
I have to, yep.
Yep. All right, so he begins describing the arcane processes. It's a little weird for you because you don't have any formal training, but he's an expert at training newbies, right? So he walks you through like where you seek inside yourself this well of energy to force out, and you start getting the hang of it. That you don't just have a mage hand spell; you have one that you can turn invisible.
The mage hand. Okay, fantastic. And then I'll just say, in some readings that I read a long time ago, because I've been interested in magic for a long time, and this is the first time that anything's been able to manifest. There's a couple other cantrips that always sounded interesting to me: the Firebolt and the Ray of Frost. Do you know any of those?
Such evocations, they're but petty tricks.
But they would come in handy if those are available.
When I look for cantrips, I look for something like friends.
I'm kind of biased, so I like the evocations.
I understand. It can be difficult to part with your idea of superior forms of magic.
So are we in agreement? I'm not quite sure. Are you going to teach me the...
I cannot teach you this spell. It is already within you. But I can help you draw its power out from you if you wish.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, anything that will help me understand how to start manipulating these magics.
So I'm not actually sure. Can you learn more spells, or the number of spells that, like a wizard, or the number of spells that you can learn locked?
I get 3 cantrips to start.
Yep.
One has to be the mage hand, and the other 2 can be anything within the school of wizard magic.
You get 3 wizard spells.
Yeah, these are the cantrips. The spells themselves are going to be something else.
Yes. So you could learn more wizard spells in your spell book. Oh no, do you even have a spell book?
Well, not yet.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you actually get a spell book as an arcane trickster. All right, so he can't teach you any more spells. All the spells that you have, you already know. But he begins teaching you how to draw their power out.
Yeah. Okay.
So you couldn't like go to a regular wizard and be like, I want to learn your spell, let's swap books.
I cannot do that. So it's more of a self-taught type thing.
Yeah, it's a self-taught type thing. Yep.
Okay.
But he talks you through how to evocate a Ray of Frost.
Okay. All right, fantastic. So yeah, that'll definitely help me. Now I've got a better understanding. I can go from there and meditate on this.
Runa?
Yeah.
Looks like you got an open bar situation here.
Yeah.
How much are you drinking?
By the time he's done with his tattoo, I'm probably arm wrestling one of the elves.
Yeah, excellent. By the way, I asked, but I don't think I ever got an answer. What archetype did you end up with? Did it end up being Drunken Master?
No, it's open hand.
Open hand. I don't know what that is. I'm super curious. What is open hand?
You get like...
Oh, is that the one where you end up with quivering palm at the end?
Yeah, it's the traditional.
All right.
Too far into it.
Yeah, it's the traditional. Super. Yeah, it's about being an unarmed combat expert.
Yep.
So you can manipulate the enemy's key. Interesting. This guy, you want to arm wrestle him? Fine, let's make a roll. What's your technique? You got any special strategy here? You cheating?
Probably wouldn't cheat. I probably would just go full force. Just strength versus strength.
Let's do it. Athletics roll.
Athletics roll.
His arm is slipping on the bar. You could see his hand shaking.
Oh,
You
dude,
slam him
I
down.
slam that dude.
This dude is just
Out of his
so
chair.
wrecked. Everybody is looking now. Some people are whistling and catcalling in Elvish.
I got
Someone
him on my chair. I'm like, yeah!
slams another drink down in front of you. Rik-Jaxx comes out. He's got a huge fucking water dragon down his left arm.
That is sick.
Like,
Looks
this is a
cool.
dragon leaping from the sea, soaring across, you know, like a flying fish with sprinkles of water coming behind him and like
Does
a
it do
fully
that
colored
something?
rainbow coming off of one of its wings.
Nice. Did it hurt? And I slap it.
Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, it's incredible. That hurts really, really bad.
Yeah. Oh man.
I wouldn't say it's the most pain you felt in your life because you've heard Kazador talk about other races.
I would say I would actually suggest I make a save or pass out from the pain.
All right,
That
make a
is
Constitution save
amazing.
then.
Yeah. let
DC
me do
10.
this, so just just off of the con, right?
Oh no, no. You get slapped and you
Thanks,
just
Runa.
faint.
What a little baby.
What are you doing with Rik-Jaxx now?
Probably pick him up. Thank everybody for the drinks, and tell that guy to ice his arm, and then probably carry him out to the cart.
All right, Mortrick. It's been like a half hour. Runa comes out. You aren't even sure it's Rik-Jaxx at first. She's carrying an unconscious creature with like a huge dragon tattooed on his left arm.
Yes, Nick.
We cut back to Kazador and Lillywit mid-conversation.
Look, Gwen, we could try getting you out of the city if that's what you want.
No, I want to go save my family.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going there tonight at 8. That's the plan.
That seems like a bad idea.
We have to find out what they're up to.
But you
You don't
see,
have to accompany us.
the flute sessions is what I'm worried about.
Why is the flute worrisome?
Because it's the Chancellor. He does these flute sessions, and the entire palace goes to hear him play. He does it every night.
So that sets up alarm bells for Kaz. I mean, he does know about that's what they're after. Of
You
course.
do know it is called the Flute of Fascination.
Flute of Fascination. Oh, I'm beginning to see where this is going. Okay. Do you think? Do you have any money? Can we get you some kind of disguise that's something other than what you're wearing? Because it seems like people are still recognizing you.
Do you have any money?
I have money. Yeah.
I have lots of money in the palace.
Okay. All right. Well, where do you know if there's a clothing store we could get you disguise? I don't know what will make it so
People
people
do
don't
my shopping for me.
Okay. Right. Look, maybe my friends are out.
I want to see Kaz take her to get an outfit.
Or like he goes in by himself. It's like,
No. You know, Dwarf Dad taking his adopted daughter to the clothing store. He's looking at the attendant, just like, can you find her something? I don't really, never really done this before.
Something girly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go find you.
what the
Let's
kids
go
are
find you a disguise then. And so, Kat, they leave. And go looking for. I mean, I leave with. I assume. When do you want to go look for a costume?
Sure.
Okay. So
All right, I want to be clear here. Are you looking for clothing or are you looking for costumes?
disguise. Sorry, disguise.
I
Some
mean,
kind of-
what is a disguise, really?
yeah.
Well, let me ask first. If you're looking for disguises, what are you looking to disguise her as?
What is your goal in disguising her?
Yeah.
Yeah. kind of thing.
I think your mic must be muted.
No, I'm just trying to think.
thinking.
I don't know.
That's his thinking face.
Yeah, that's my thinking face. Put that on sometimes, every once in a while. We got merchant. We got.
If you're trying to get her into the castle, maybe something more refined.
Yeah, like a noble, but then her face won't be covered.
You can get a shawl or face covering.
Maybe like is the fashion maybe around this town where people wear some kind of face covering at all? Have we observed that?
You have not, but there is a district nearby where it looked like the kind of less non-elven-y people lived, right? Bugbears, goblins, humans, dwarves, that kind of deal. You could probably get exotic fashions there. And by exotic, I mean exotic to this place.
Would you dye your hair or makeup?
As this is going on, I'm just going to plop Rik-Jaxx onto the cart. What a tavern, let me tell you.
Hal is just like, what happened to your voice, Runa?
What do you mean?
Are you
And I'm
drunk?
kind of like, what?
Are you drunk?
I had a few drinks, yes. What are you, my mother?
I'm your hireling. I don't think I could be your mother.
Exactly.
But if you
Take care of him.
Okay, so he sits down next to Rik-Jaxx and
Who
opens
is
his book of
he?
shadows, and he's just like, well, let me tell you some tales, Rik-Jaxx. The Lord Tharder has sent his word. Mortrick, you've never seen Runa this drunk.
Like, holy cow. Runa, are you okay?
Elven wine is very powerful.
Yeah.
Runa, you've never
And then I
seen
slap him
Mortrick
on-
this distraught. He looks like he's on the verge of tears.
Oh, I've been crying for a solid half hour.
Oh, his eyes are red?
This is it. This is it, Mortrick. You got a drunk Runa.
I'm like, Runa, you never believe what happened to me today.
What
But I'm
happened?
not drunk, so I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Hal hands you a flask, Mortrick. Smells vaguely of apples.
Well, maybe I will tell you after all, but it's going to take some time. Oh,
All the time you need.
found a lady. Oh,
You found
where did
a...
they go? How?
Why
Where did Kaz and the elf girl go?
I was just like, I don't know.
Jesus, he's probably said something super racist since she's run away. Anyway, I'll fill you in on the way to the bar, but pretty sure the Chancellor, he doesn't like paladins. Don't know why yet, but I think he's got everyone under a spell.
Kazador,
No.
have you figured out a disguise?
I say, when my friend of mine, he's very good at disguises. He'll know what to do.
Is Cass still here?
They're about to
at
come
the-
out from around the corner, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're in the Goblin Tavern or whatever.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You're in the Goblin Love Hotel.
Love
But-
Hotel.
Yes.
Pay by the hour.
Yeah,
We don't need to delve into that.
yeah, that's correct. So yeah, Lillian, you now see the whole party. There's a deep gnome who's bearing a profane tattoo of the god of the elves on his left arm. He appears to be unconscious, and a kindly-looking old man is talking to him with a weird magical book. There's a very drunk monk who appears to be made out of stone, speaking to the annoying guy that you met earlier. You know, the one who got owned. It's kind of some awkward greetings as everybody's just staring at each other, except for Rik-Jaxx, who's still
I'll be like,
unconscious.
oh, hey, Runa,
Nice.
Rik-Jaxx, this is, did I ever catch your name? You know, even if you told me, I definitely forgot. So why don't you introduce yourself to Runa and Rik-Jaxx? They won't remember you, one, because he's passed out, and two, because she's drunk, and I think she might have.
Then why
You're
would I-
Anyway, say hi.
Hi.
There you go. Everyone say hi back. So,
Hello, what is your name? I'll come up and like grab her hand real soft, like
Are you okay?
better than okay, honey.
So
I like it.
Hal is just gonna leap forward and be like, "Hello, young lady. You seem very lost.
I'm a little lost.
Have you heard the word of the great serpent Thardor?"
See, that's Hal. Don't mind him, fellas. Okay, so she's when?
That's the cook you don't trust?
Yes, that's the cook we don't trust.
What, you told
You-
me just how we told you.
Hal turns and he says, "I'm a hireling. You've hired me to do your dishes and to carry your stuff. You said that I'm a crook?
A cook.
Cook? Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I am a cook. I'm a very
You are
fine
a
one.
cook, yeah.
But I don't understand why you don't like me.
Yeah, I don't understand either, Kaz. We've had this discussion.
Is
Listen,
it because I'm human? It's because I'm human, isn't it?
we trust Hal? Don't
Look,
worry
This is
about
the time to delve into these subjects.
it. Hal
Look,
is
Kaz,
definitely
when you get
trustworthy.
older, you'll unwind and you'll realize that your hatred of other races was really just a complete waste of everyone's time.
It was a hatred of.
It never really mattered to begin with.
Don't worry, he's accidentally racist all the time.
Is it accidentally?
Thank you for that. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, we kind of need to go somewhere off the main street where we can get our bearings. Probably. Oh crap! What time is our dinner date?
When you're talking, Mortrick, there's suddenly a goblin at your knee, and he goes, "Did I hear you accidentally? My ears are very sensitive, of course. Say that you needed a private place to talk?
Yeah, actually, that's fantastic.
A large enough room for 7 people, perhaps?
Yeah, this is amazing. The
Well,
service in this town is unbelievable.
for 1 silver piece, I could rent you a room for an hour. That would accommodate all of your needs."
We're looking for something. What time is it right now?
It's slightly afternoon.
All right.
Okay.
If you're looking for a long-term stay for 5 silver pieces, I could give it to you until sunset.
No, thank you, Mr. Goblin Man.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
okay. Very well, then.
Damn, what is your Elowin?
Lilywin.
No,
Lilywin.
for sure.
I keep thinking, yeah, that's why I think I keep getting messed up. Lilywin. I'm going to ask Lilywin, like, do you know any places, like, locally? Did you ever leave the palace before? Like, is this your first time on the outside?
I haven't left it much. We could go climb on a roof and talk up there.
That seems unsafe. And
I like that idea.
It seems pretty safe to me.
Also, it could attract attention, and that's not what we're after right now.
Rik-Jaxx, you're awoken by the taste of apple brandy in your mouth as it's being dripped by Hal from a flask.
Oh, thank you, Hal. I appreciate that.
There's visitors. There's a young woman that Kaz has dragged here.
Who's the elf girl?
This is Lillian.
Rik-Jaxx, hey, you're awake.
Oh,
You missed Kaz being racist again.
Big news. Yeah, you did miss that.
I was dreaming about that. Okay.
You also missed an incredible show that Mortrick put on.
No, that never happened. That did not happen. Nothing
The show he
happened.
got owned in? I saw that.
That's not. Listen,
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah, that was
Let's
the one,
bring it
that was
in.
the one.
Let's bring it in focus.
That sounds so like Mortrick.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
it
We're
really
not
How are we
gonna-
going to the roofs?
We need to find. Yes, the roofs are a great idea. Let's get up to a roof.
Didn't you say it was a bad idea?
You know what? We're past that. Let's move on.
I just want to announce Mccomicker agreed to do a spin-off show before
He
this
did.
episode called That's So Mortrick. It'll be a half-hour discussion time of all of the shady things Mortrick did in the previous episode.
It's like Talking Dead.
Like Talking
for-
Dead, but with more.
Yeah.
I'd watch it, not gonna lie.
We could
So
be guests on the show.
the roofs here are very easy to climb because it's log cabin style, and then there's huge extra cuts that come out at the end that are crosswise, so you can literally just climb them. However, the tiling on top of the roofs is not very stable. You'd have to be some sort of expert or perhaps a rat.
Flat topped, or are they all slanted?
They're all slanted style, so it's all A-frame style, and it's
I
all
told you this was a terrible idea, but now that
ceramic.
we have everyone up here,
So it seems like if you put any significant amount of weight on any of these tiles, they're going to crack very easily.
this was a terrible idea.
Yeah,
We
I don't know
need to
about this,
find a place to
guys.
Stay overnight. Actually, we have a dinner. You know what? Let's just.
So for the rest of you,
Okay.
I mean, it could be difficult. For Lilwyn and Rik-Jaxx, they literally just move over it like ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even getting up all the way onto the roof. I'm standing on like the last log.
All right.
Like, bracing myself.
You're definitely attracting attention from people wondering why you're Godzillaing up the side of a building.
Yeah, guys. I don't think this was the right call. What am I gonna do with all of you?
Let's go to that room. Didn't that goblin just say he's got a room?
Let's find a place that the proprietors are not goblins and rent by the hour, because
I mean, we rented by the hour just a bit ago. It was fine.
Kaz, you dog. We just I can't believe you took advantage of her like that. That is terrible.
Oh my god.
What were you thinking?
I'm
Oh
so
my God.
disappointed.
Runa, kick his ass. Oh, Runa, by the way, FYI, you might owe 25 gold for, I have no idea why, but keep it in mind. All right.
FYI, I already found out.
Oh, sweet. Did you pay it for me?
No, and I punch him.
Is it a full power monk punch?
It's one of those gut punches that just takes the wind out of you for a little bit.
Okay. You take 1 point of damage, Mortrick. Mark it down. This could be important later. Could be the difference between life and death.
Punch a little lower. He needs a lesson.
All right, I'm going to go find a hotel room, guys. You guys don't stay here. You need to stay somewhere where you're not going to attract attention, but I can find you so we can go somewhere safe.
There's literally nowhere in this town where you won't attract attention with the way you guys act.
So I'm gonna clamber down. Is the goblin guy still down there?
He is.
I'm
He
gonna be
said,
like,
"Hey, friend.
all right.
I
don't get
understand
me
you don't
out,
like
please."
goblins. It's fine. I have a cousin."
No, it's
Oh.
not goblins. It's the rate you charge. I'm not looking for hourly. I want something day by day. Maybe
Oh. I mean, I don't do that kind of business, but I can recommend you
Yeah.
to one of my cousins. He's a bugbear. He lives 3
Oh.
blocks down. He's got a
Yeah.
tavern called the Ice Candle.
the ice what?
Ice Candle.
Ice candle?
Oh yeah.
What kind of amenities does it offer?
Beer, crab.
I think that's everything we need. Is
There's a
Halep on
small
the-
workshop in the cellar that has some alchemy supplies if you're into that kind of thing, you know?
I might know someone who is. Is Hal up on the roof, or is he down on the?
No,
on the
Hal
wagon?
stays with
Hal's-
the
yeah.
wagon.
With the
Hal is
Okay.
not a going on the roof kind of guy.
All right, Hal, I'm going to need
Man's
you
like
to follow
60.
this gentleman back to the ice pick and get us a room. I'm going to try and wrangle everyone on the roof also into that same room, and then we need to have a long discussion about our long-term futures, or at least until 8:00 tonight.
Right.
So you are looking for a room for 7 people? This is correct?
Or multiple rooms, because apparently I can't trust Kaz when I can't see him. So we're going to need multiple rooms.
How many rooms would you like?
2 rooms.
Let's make it 3. I don't like to be disturbed when I sleep.
Okay. When you arrive, Hal has already negotiated and he says, we can get some pretty comfortable rooms for about 3 gold pieces a night.
Ooh. How many rooms is that?
3.
I told you 2. We don't have.
Runa
that kind
said
of gold.
3, and she's really in charge.
We better make it 2.
It's 3. You said
Yeah.
I don't remember that, guys. Runa's drunk.
we've got. It's cool. We've got
How
3
can we
rooms.
trust him? Have you
I
seen
was
that
like,
book?
2. Or
So he says, tonight's special is braised shrimp and orange pie with a glass of whiskey, but it seems like it's going to be pretty expensive for all of us.
Yeah. What do they have in the gruel range? I think
so
that's what we can handle.
They don't really do gruel. They have steamed duck with nutmeg and millet biscuits.
Man,
You're
this
looking
place is pricey. Where is the proprietor?
So when you say that, a bugbear comes around the corner and says, huh, so this is like a combination of an orc and a bear. And also a bee.
And a bee?
it's got a big ass stinger on.
I mean, it doesn't have a big ass stinger, but it's like weird. I mean,
Yeah.
just Google bugbear. They're super
Super weird.
super
I'd be
unusual.
like, my good fellow, we are looking for lodging for the night. your fine establishment is just a little outside of our pocketbook long term, and we're looking for long term. If we can give you more money, we would like to give you more money. Are there perchance any jobs we could do?
What kind of long-term establishment are you looking? 1 week, 1 month, 1 year?
At least for the next 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
Okay. You need 3 rooms, 3 days. You want food?
I'm gonna look at Hal. What'd you get us?
Hal's just literally like, you can get food anywhere in the city here for free.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need food. I think we're good.
You want chunk of meat? They don't give you meat anywhere in the city.
Yeah, we want chunks of meat.
Nope. We can learn to be vegetarians.
No.
I do not eat meat.
You really should learn to be vegetarians. It's the proper way.
See? Thank you. Runa?
I got good price. Steamed duck with nutmeg and biscuits.
I'm taking the meat portions.
1 silver piece.
All right.
You want fare like that? 3 days? 10 gold pieces.
We do not want fare like that for 3 days. Today is special only. It's his birthday.
10 gold pieces. 3 rooms, 3 meals.
Okay, so 10 gold pieces. Is there any, like little jobs, you need taken care of? Kaz is great with a shovel. If you have some stables, you can put him right to work.
I put his hands down. 10 gold is fine. We give him the 10 gold.
Do we have 10 gold?
You give him the 10 gold.
If you are looking for work, I have heard several troubles in the city.
Like what?
Well, for a small concierge fee, I can tell you. This is traditional. Adventurers come, innkeeper says something, you pass money. We are good with this arrangement?
Yeah.
Come inside. I give you duck. Biscuits will be in the oven. I put whiskey in front of you and we talk.
All right.
Sounds good.
So he turns his shaggy fur, and as he goes, you can see he's got like a weird stinger butt. He goes away. Like, this guy's not wearing any clothes. He's like a Wookiee. Heads inside. Puts 3 keys out.
Okay, we need to go in there. We can talk to him, but we've got kind of a deadline on tonight. By 8 o'clock, we need to figure out what we're doing with her, especially pointing to Lilliwan. And I don't think this is going to be a very safe place for any of us in the next couple of days.
Look, Mortrick, when did you get so uptight? It's only noon. We have plenty of time before 8 o'clock to settle our affairs.
I used to be a fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy, and maybe I will be again someday. But something very traumatic happened recently, and
I know, I was there.
No,
Hal wraps his arm around your shoulder.
I think we're talking.
I know you're hurt, son. I know you're hurt.
I think we're talking about completely different things. It's not the point. I told myself I wouldn't get like this again.
Don't feel bad. It's because you were going up against an elf.
Let's just, let's go inside and eat and get drunk, and who cares anymore? Life is meaningless.
So as soon as you enter, the bartender puts a braised shrimp in front of you and a glass of whiskey.
And I chug the whiskey, having never drunk alcohol before in my life.
That's going to be a rough night for you.
Yep.
It's only 12.
You probably cough like a lot.
Probably spit most of it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, the shrimp is delicious, and it's in like
Not as
a
bad
nice
as that sick burn I got.
It's in a nice little bed of onions that seem to have like some orange zest on them. They're nicely caramelized. Lilliwan, you can just push the shrimp out of the way and get to the good stuff, the onions and the biscuit.
I'll probably do the same. Get as many veggies as I can.
Hal will take your shrimps if neither of you are eating them.
I'll take them.
If Cass takes my shrimp, I'll take all of his veggies.
Okay.
Oh shit! Wrecked, Kazador.
We're just trading. I'll take the shrimp, yeah.
Runa, then Hal goes for your shrimp.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if
so
you
I
wanna-
mean, it's like a
Okay, well, wait. Well,
circular table meal. Everybody's passing stuff around. There's like forks going on other people's plates. It actually feels kind of homey in here. It's like nice and warm.
While Kazador goes for Runa shrimp, I'm going to sleight of hand and take the shrimp from his plate.
Oh shit! Do you want to use your new Mage Hand Rage Leisure Domain in order
There you
to
go.
stealthily lift the shrimp off?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, Kazador, one of your shrimp begins floating through the air towards Rik-Jaxx's waiting mouth.
I stab it down with my fork.
Make a dexterity check, Kazador. Good luck. I would hate for you to lose a shrimp so early in the battle. Nope. You got to do the stab, and it just lands in Rik-Jaxx's mouth perfectly.
Gosh, that's really good.
You owe me a shrimp, Rik-Jaxx.
Yeah, I'll pay up someday.
Pay up now. I go to grab for it.
Look, in like 20 weeks, when Rik-Jaxx has been stabbed with the blade of the undying plague, Kazador is trying to get it out, and Rik-Jaxx is like, "No, run!" And Kazador is like, "But they're shrimp." And Rik-Jaxx is like, "There's no need for you to die here with me or the shrimp."
I mean, Kaz's gonna remember that kind of thing.
I mean, dwarves are good at remembering things that made them angry.
Yeah, he's gonna hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it sure was good shrimp. All right, so let's get down to business. What is it that we have to talk about? Seems like something's going on. What's going on?
Did you find out anything?
So I think I found out.
How is this
that-
like, wait, is no one talking about the fact that Runa's accent has suddenly changed? Like all afternoon when she's been drunk.
What
I mean,
are
I
you
just-
talking about?
See, that was drunk Runa.
Yeah, I've heard her do that accent before. She does that when she's drunk.
What?
Anyway,
just
Al,
ignore
if
it.
you would stop interrupting. We have some business to take care of.
So
Rather-
William has some good information. I think we have a lead on the flute, guys.
Oh, we have a lead on the flute?
Yes.
Where
You
is
go
it?
first then, Kaz.
Well, Lewin, you seem to be saying that six weeks ago,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago,
You weren't even there, Runa.
the
And I still know.
court magician seems to be playing this flute, and everyone seems to be entranced. And I think that's why they also hate paladins.
Oh, so our news is the same news. So anyway, this is a bad place. And now apparently it has the flute. So cha-ching! We need to find it in 12 days.
12 days.
Yeah. 12 days.
Okay.
All right, so Lilwin, what all did Kaz tell you? Or what all did you tell Kaz? Kaz, did you ask her any questions or did you just take her to the hotel room for some fun? I'm so disgusted with you right now.
Look, we exchanged information. I didn't quite have the same performance anxiety you might have had earlier.
Oh my god. Holy
Luna
shit.
spits out the food that she's eating.
Oh my god.
But you're free to ask more questions.
That's a low blow, Kaz, even for you.
I don't know what low blow you're talking about.
You're right, nothing happened. So anyway, Lilwin, what can you tell us?
What? She's just shoveling all the vegetables into her
You know
mouth.
what? Let's eat first.
You finish eating several minutes later.
All right, so like, is there anything you didn't tell, like, say in your discussion with Kaz, or do we just like recap that? Does anyone
Recap
have any
it.
other
Boom.
questions?
We cap
Yeah.
it. And then she adds, if you get me back to the palace, I know several secret passageway throughout it. We can sneak around.
Okay. So about our dinner invite tonight at 8, good call, bad call? It seems like a bad call to me, but I thought I'd ask you just in case.
It seems like once we get in, it's going to be a hell of a thing to get out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But we've got to get that.
kind of action.
We have to get the flute, but then we're going to have the whole castle on us.
Yeah.
I think we send in Mortrick to the dance because he makes a great distraction, and the rest of us can sneak around trying to find that flute.
Yeah, if she knows the back ways in, yeah.
I wonder if Mardrovian would have any advice for us.
Nah, we don't need to ask him. We don't need to bother him about every little detail. He wants to know that we can figure it out on our own.
Or if maybe a flying bird told us something.
Were you there for that?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so where are these secret passageways, Lillian?
It's throughout the castle. We have to be in the castle for me to use them. I can go from room to room.
And also, we can't have her looking like this.
Yeah, I know. I tried to get Kaz to put her in a disguise earlier, and instead he let her take a bath, so now she looks like her.
Don't worry, I can take her to get some clothes.
Good. Get her clothes that make her not look like her. Jesus, Kaz, did you get anything? You're just so concerned about getting her clothes off, you forgot to get new clothes for her. I'm so disgusted with you right now.
Isn't she wearing your clothes, Mortrick?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that the size of this is going down. All of you recognize this, by the way, that she's wearing Mortrick's off outfit.
These will not work.
Look, I would give her my clothes, but for the fact that they wouldn't fit her.
So it's noon right now?
It's definitely like closer to 1 o'clock now.
1
Yeah, it's
o'clock.
like-
Okay. So I'll probably take a couple hours to go get her some clothes, or an hour or something before we get over there.
All right, so that's the plan is...
Let me
I go
ask you a
through the
question.
front door
What kind of clothes are you getting?
and create a distraction.
Have I seen kind of what the clothing of this town is like?
It's very simple, kind of.
Yeah, he said that.
Think Tron Legacy, what the bad guy was wearing. You know, just kind of like. I don't really know how to describe it that well. Sorry, it's kind of
Okay.
Asian themed,
Clothing.
just simple shirt with long sleeves, kind of vaguely monkish clothing.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
where you're going.
So I'll try to get something like that, a little bit more.
She looks like she's a tech CEO from the
Little-
80s.
A little bit more fancy, but definitely like a wrap around her head that'll push her ears back, as well as hide her hair and any features about her.
Okay. How much are you willing to spend on these clothings?
How much are they?
So if you're looking to get very nice clothing, it's one thing. If you're looking to get noble clothing, it's a very different thing. How high are you looking to go? So noble clothing is going to set you back like 4 or 5 gold pieces. Kind of wealthy people clothing is going to be 2
Right.
gold pieces.
Not that fancy.
Okay. Like
Something a little bit
comfortable
fancy.
clothing, 8
Yeah.
silver pieces.
Something to get us through there without like showing everybody that she's either real high royalty or nobility.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oof.
That's a -1. Fascinating.
Yeah.
And that's while rolling a 1. So the shopkeeper just looks at you oddly. Lilwyn, she looks over to you, and then she looks back at Runa and is like, I think I have some special stock in the back that might be more your pricing. Especially if you're looking to go to the event tonight. I've been going every day this week. So if you'll just wait here, I'll be back in a few minutes with something closer to your price range.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Wait, you've been going to the Chancellor's flute playing every
Just
night?
wait here, just a few minutes. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And then instead of going to the back room, she goes out the back door.
We should leave.
Yes. I also think we should leave.
I'm gonna just start leaving
Yep, we leave.
Okay, you leave.
quickly.
Where do you go?
Somewhere that's not here.
Yeah. You arrive at a place that's not here.
It's over there.
Probably
Taste
back
the
to the
sun.
tavern.
All right,
Yeah,
you make your way
probably
back to the tavern. Mortrick, Lillian comes in and is still dressed in the same clothing.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate my life. All right. You know what?
Mortrick, I think you have to go with her.
I think we're going to pull a... wait, what was the name of the town we were in last week? And the bridge?
Fireswater.
Fireswater? All right, we're going to pull a Fireswater bridge special tonight.
No, we're not.
All right?
What does that mean?
I'll get my crossbow.
I'm going to go in the front door. No one knows what's going to happen. You guys are going to go in the back door and actually do something according to some sort of plan. If you don't tell me, I can't tell them.
Hal is just like, this is terrible.
No, we
There's
should stick
literally
together.
no part of this that's going to work out.
You just got to have faith, Hal. You got to have faith.
Yeah, I'm going to side with Hal on this one, in spite of my suspicions of him, and say no.
Look, I'm just going to
let's
go
stick
buy
together.
some clothes, okay? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can size her up pretty well. She looks like she's about the same size as my daughter. I don't know about the rest of you or how you were raised that you don't know how to purchase clothing or at least barter for it.
Very.
Yeah, Runa.
That's a question I have myself.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Great, thanks.
All right.
Runa,
So
you're starting to sober up, unless you want to get another drink at the bar.
No, I'm good.
What is the plan then? Because
Well-
if we don't have a repeat of the bridge, I would not be opposed to that.
Well, it sounds like you and Kazador are expected at 8 this evening already. Is that
It was an invitation. I mean, it wasn't like specific, you know, like it wasn't like, hey, it's a you and a +1. So
It was pretty specific. He said, you and your adventuring party.
oh, me and the adventuring party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was as
know-
specific as it could be.
So
wasn't
Mortrick
that
and I could
specific.
go in and try and talk with them as you guys go around, or we could stick together. I don't know what the better plan is.
I think the better
If they're
plan,
expecting all of us, then we should all go. But I do like I would.
you know, were they expecting all of us? I think he was pretty vague about the whole
I'm pretty
invitation.
sure he
said-
said all of you.
Yeah, I
Oh,
said
were you
adventuring
there?
party.
Maybe your mouse ears heard wrong. I mean, who's to say? You're a mouse.
Mice have excellent hearing.
Maybe elven mice do, but back in
Pretty sure all mice do.
They said the adventuring party, and Rik-Jaxx wasn't part of that party. So if Rik-Jaxx just goes with you, and the rest of us go with our own way.
Can you turn back into a mouse? Like, how often can you turn into a mouse on a given day?
Oh, you know, maybe like twice a day,
Okay.
2-hour
so
time slot, something like that.
we have like two options. You know, you have two options here. You can either wait here for us to either come back or never come back, or you can go with Rik-Jaxx as a mouse.
Can I communicate to a mouse? I don't think I can, right?
Well, I mean, she wouldn't always be a mouse. She'd just be a
I
mouse.
feel like
Get
I
in
do
and
wanna
then
go and help you because after seeing this party, you guys can't buy clothes. I don't know if you guys can take on the Chancellor.
She has a
you
point.
know, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I would not bet that we could take on the Chancellor. No.
Don't buy clothes.
That makes me more nervous.
Yeah, no, see, nervous is good because that, you know, keeps you on your toes.
I think we should split up a little bit. Rik-Jaxx, you can sneak in through. Runa, you can come with us, and we'll just keep alert to the ways of this flute. I think the flute's the dangerous part. If we don't let it play, we can't be subdued by its music.
Okay, so I'm gonna game this out, Kaz. Just real brief. Let me know what you think. We're in a room full of people who've already been taken over by the flute. You know, let's put a number on it. Let's just say 50. Why not? 50 people.
We're in our rooms as this conversation is happening.
Are we? Yeah, I thought. Are we still?
Are
downstairs?
you?
Are we up in our
Because
room?
last
I just
time I
wanna
checked,
make
you
that
guys
clear
were
that
at
we're
the
not-
table.
Yeah, I just want to make that clear because last time
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know. This is
we're
a
not doing
sudden
it in
shift.
like the main area.
Okay, all right. So I feel like we do one of those interrogation scene things where we get Runa saying that, and when the camera pans, the wall hasn't changed, but you are, like, everything else has changed. You're in a different location.
Yeah.
Hal comes in. He's got a giant hat, a holy symbol for a non-elven god, and some nice priestly clothes that look like they'll fit Lilwyn. And he's like, "That's right, I did it. This is a disguise." He's going to pretend to be a cleric.
This is why we can trust Hal. Kaz, I want you to apologize to Hal.
There's no need to apologize to me, Kaz.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't think so either.
God, you're such a dick.
So he hands over the clothing and he's like, "Now, Lilwyn, just in case anyone asks, you're a cleric of Harrow's Firebringer. I know that your people don't particularly worship him, but he is the god of the sun, who in his flaming chariot carries the sun across the sky every day." The hat will hide your ears. Just pretend to be human. I know it'll be tough. I've been human every day of my life.
I can give you some lessons. It's super easy.
Don't listen to him.
All right, so I don't think the whole party going in to listen to this flute is going to be a great idea.
Okay, well, we can go in separately. We don't have to keep our appointment date, even though they invited us. I mean, we could...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I go in for the appointment.
My goodness, how gauche. You would get an appointment to see the king and not show up? Unheard of.
That is pretty rude, you know. My
Unheard of.
Also kind of rude.
Wait, who said that?
I said that as the GM, not Hal.
Oh.
I did say it though because it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't all go in because we all go in, that flute's going to be played, and that's going to be 3 of us under the sway of the flute. I don't think that's a good plan, Cass. Doesn't surprise me that you came up with it. All right,
one way or another, we're going to be in a room with that flute, and we're going to have to risk.
But hopefully you guys will be in the room with the flute when you're much closer to it and there aren't a bunch of, 50 other people there.
But there's going to be 50 other people there no matter what, right? If we're going to be approaching during the festivities, at some point, they're going to be playing.
So you guys just need to keep it cool in the castle until after the party's over. Then go in wherever they store the flute during off hours and pick it up. And Lilwyn can get you in.
How do you know it's somewhere else in the off hours and not just with him at all times?
Bard stuff.
Lilwyn, what is the practice for these ceremonies? Does it start with food? Also, have you never listened to the flute yourself?
I feel like I don't quite know that. No, I have not.
You've never listened to the flute, so you've never been in court when the Chamberlain has
the Chancellor? No, the Chancellor.
Yeah.
He's very boring. He's kind of an ass. I don't like him.
Okay. All right.
Too important to go and listen to his silly music festival.
So you just spent all this time in your room. I see. Okay. Or something of that nature.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we worked out an elaborate backstory about how messy that room is.
Rik-Jaxx, what do you think?
I still think we have an okay plan to spin up the party. Because I do think we need to sneak in, because that's the unexpected. I think we need to have a front, because that's the expected. But, I'm all for learning more information on where this food might possibly be, or more information about the Chancellor or anything like that, because we're still kind of going in blind.
I see that you've been sort of picking up a few new tricks. Is there any way for you to communicate with us if we're not close by?
No, I don't have anything of that sort at all.
All right. Yeah. Well, then I'm still in favor of splitting up Runa.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
All right. So we're splitting up Rik-Jaxx and Lilwyn, and then the 3 of us going to the party.
Yeah, that's what I think we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. If I call bridge, that means all bets are off. It's every man for himself, and we just try to get out into safety.
What happened with this bridge?
Bridge is the safe word.
It was a theme.
It was a mash. A monster mash. Hal's just looks around and says, "I'll stay with the horse then."
Yeah, that's great. Hal, if we're not back in like, I don't know, 2 days.
You have the
You know
rooms
what?
paid through for 3 days, so I'll wait
3
until then.
days. Yeah, 3 days. Then you know what? In 3 days, I think you could be a free man again. It's been real nice.
I am a
having
free
this-
man. I can
Well,
leave
you
at
know.
any time.
I feel like we've kind of purchased you, not
No,
unlike a
that's-
whore.
He's just like, no, everything you're saying is wrong and deeply insulting. Almost more than Kazador is on a regular basis. I was going to let you have some of the goat, but now you will get a very meager portion of a fatty part.
That's fine. I'm just trying to make it easier for when you have to leave. I don't want you to, like, go, cheetah, go. We hate you. Run back to the forest, whatever.
I feel like I'm not really sure what it is all of you are attempting to accomplish, but what you're doing seems pretty important.
Yeah,
And
I think if we keep
there's
it
a
secret
whisper in
for
my
ourselves-
mind that says that you should succeed and that I should continue traveling with you as long as possible. So there's no reason for me to leave. I feel like it's very important that I stay with you.
I am usually okay with the voices in your head and the crazy book that talks to you, but it might be wrong this time, but we'll know in 3 days.
Good luck.
I just
I'll-
want to like lean over to Kaz and whisper, I kind of know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Okay. Al, you stay in the room. We're gonna get going.
He pulls
Well, it's
out
only
his
like
tome
one
of
o'clock.
shadows and begins caressing the front end of it and goes, "Don't worry, Tharder. They don't understand you. I know we have a closer relationship than they can possibly comprehend."
So
As
it's
you
1
all
o'clock.
exit the bar.
Well, it's only 1 o'clock, right? So
Exit the room.
exit
Exit the room. Sorry, room. Because you didn't want to be listened into.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
right. But it is like
Understood.
the invitation isn't till 8. So could we squeeze in a long rest before, or is that like a pretty solid 8 to 10 hours?
I will allow you to have a long rest before, but you'll show up slightly late.
Do we need
I feel like these guys are going to be touchy as is because we're not elves. I don't know if you guys have gone to a lot of social functions in your day. I've been to more than one, and as resident expert, which really means we're in trouble, I don't feel like being late is a good idea.
Yeah. And we haven't really done anything. We don't need a rest.
Yet some of us got fucking punched.
He deserved it.
One hit point. You could take a short rest and use a hit die.
I don't think anyone's used spells. Oh no, she
By
has.
talking through this, you could have already used your hit die. as a
Yeah,
short-
exactly. You could have spent. I'll even let you retroactively use the lunch as a 1 hour short rest and spend one hit die to roll to get 1 hit point back. Yeah.
No, because
Okay.
now I can continue to complain about it from my high horse.
Okay. I feel like next episode will start with listening to your heist plan to get this flute. But the good news is that everybody gets 270 experience points.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a good musical theme for the next episode that plays when all of you leave in your equipment out the front door of the tavern to let us know that you're all badasses.
I always have my equipment.
Do we need to come up with a team name? Because you asked for a team name earlier. And
I mean, officially, you're Mortrick and Company.
yeah, Mortrick and Company.
According to this very official passport, it's 270, Connor.
270. Okay.
Yep.
Mick, player, is open to changing the name from Mortrick and Company. Mortrick, the character, thinks that's the best name we could have ever come up with.
I mean, I also think it's a terrible name.
It's pretty bad.
We gotta think of a new one.
Obviously, it needs to be the Order of the White Lotus. Totally original, never been used before.
Yeah.
Cotton, thanks for coming and helping me with this experiment.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's fun.
thank you.
Yeah, I hope you have like a month of Tuesdays open because I don't see this going well.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Also, Lilywin is badass.
Okay, get a bad one.
I don't know. I think Runa and Rik-Jaxx were also pretty badass this episode.
Yeah, that was good.
So,
I
Yeah.
mean, Rik-Jaxx is now so deep in this gang territory. He's a fucking guest member to the Elven Yakuza.
Yep, he's gangster.
He's
I may
literally.
regret that.
He's a pro.
Those tattoos are coming off very easily, buddy.
No, they're definitely permanent.
Starting with this.
yes. We need to give the shot now.
All right. Let's do some outros. You want to kick us off here, PlanetKhaos?
All right, so thanks, guys. I'm PlanetKhaos on. Let's see if I get it right this time. On Twitch, I'm PlanetKhaos Art. On Instagram, I'm PlanetKhaos_art, and chaos is with a K. So stop by. I'll be twitching quite a few times this week. So hope to see you guys there.
Okay.
All right, I'll kick it over to Connor.
All right. Yeah. I'll remind you guys again. If you guys forgot, we have this Kickstarter going on. It's White Ash Volume 1. We're on day 2. And yeah, please check us out. It's Romeo and Juliet meets Lord of the Rings set in rural Pennsylvania is the pitch. And yeah, otherwise you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/conorhughes. We're going to be doing this Kickstarter for a month, so you'll be hearing a lot about this. I guess 4 episodes. So yeah. Otherwise, Bearded, what's up with you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at all your social medias, your Instagrams, your Twitch, your Twitters, at beardedjalapno. But yeah, I just want to thank Cotton for coming out and playing with us. You're awesome. And the rest of the guys for being awesome. And our DM for DMing awesome things.
Yep.
So I'm not awesome. I just do awesome things. That's fine. That's actually where I'm at, by the way. Not awesome, but occasionally do awesome things.
Do awesome things.
Definitely business card worthy.
Awesome adjacent.
Awesome adjacent does sound like a good business name.
Or perhaps a band, like a mercenary band or adventure band.
Is that what the name of your mercenary company is going to be? Awesome adjacent.
Awesome adjacent. Please no.
I think you got a week to think about this, so choose carefully.
Yeah.
Look, if you guys have suggestions, send them to the group manager at Mccomicker on Twitter. Or tag him on Instagram with pictures of your dog holding a sign with the name that you suggest. Cotton, who are you? Where can people find you and what do you do?
I'm Cottontail. I doodle. You can find me on Twitter and AP's Twitch, where I play on Thursdays.
Yeah.
This has been super fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for showing up at very short notice and
And I
playing.
think Cotton will be drawing next week, won't she?
I'll do it.
I think that's how it
Look,
works.
we don't
out.
have to peer pressure you into this, Cotton. If you decide that that's something you'd like to try, certainly you can. If not, Mccomicker will volunteer to go a second time in a row.
Yeah. True story.
If I did draw on Twitch, it would be probably chippies only.
Do it. I want to see a chibi of my monk lady.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be very cute.
Yeah. I mean, people love your friggin' chippies. Look, I
Then
literally
sure,
have like
next week I'll
5
draw
of you drawing me as a chibi, okay? They're in my avatar folder. I'm gonna show these guys all of the pictures of me, okay? It's not like I keep all these pictures of me around because of like pictures of me, but
I think some of those I've drawn like quite a
It's
while ago
okay.
when I was still using pencils.
Mortrick has a folio full of pictures of him too. I understand.
I have to say, I've been on a lot of your shows, and
Yep.
this is like the smoothest outro I've ever seen. They like handed it to each other. You didn't have to like.
I know
Push
they're
on the
way
segue.
better than people who've been doing this for 5 years. It is fucking shocking.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, I know.
It only took us 5 episodes.
It took us a while, I'd say.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
I finished the entire Canticle season, and we never did it once.
Yeah, I know. Look, I don't try to train people to do things anymore. The only thing I try to train people to do is that thing where they're like, I'm at blah, and I'm like, oh, really? That people can find you at blah? And then they go, yeah, blah is where you can find me. But even that is difficult for some people sometimes. Not everybody's like Mccomicker, where he just hits it back at me instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. We got me as a koala, me wearing a hoodie, me wearing braids in my beard, me wearing a Pikachu hat, and me as a young woman that's wearing a mouse outfit. That one is less me and more the character I was playing. But I keep it around because I feel like she's a part of me. A very angry part of me. Speaking of me, I'm me. And if you're watching this, you're watching it somewhere where me has posted it. So I don't need to tell you more because you can just look for more me stuff wherever you're me at. That's it. We'll be back next week for more of me.
All right. Thanks,
Oh,
everyone.
sorry. I guess.
What? I just wanted to interrupt you guys. No. Just go. Just end it. End it right now. It doesn't even matter anymore.
No, let's do it. Let's
No,
do
I
it.
don't want to now.
Let's do it.
Mortrick is so touchy nowadays.
I know. Ever since he lost that rap battle, he's
Right.
just
I don't
been
know what you guys are talking
destroyed.
I just want to extend an apology that no one else did it to Lilywin for her crass treatment at the hand of Kaz.
There was so
And
crass.
with that apology, I am Mccomicker on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram as Mccomicker, where I draw comics and post pictures of the comics. Although I haven't done that on Instagram, I think, in like a week and a half. But anyway, I draw
There's a picture of your dog holding the comic in its mouth.
Yeah, right before I stabbed him.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that this was the show where you kill dogs on a regular basis. I don't know how I forgot that, but there we are.
You killed dogs?
Oh yeah,
First episode.
yeah,
So horrible.
yeah. It was
It
horrible.
was.
No. I saved a dog's life. That's how we spin this. I saved that dog.
After you killed him?
Stabbed it.
Yeah, because it was going to kill us.
No, it was incapacitated on
It
the
was
floor.
incapacitated on
And
the
then
floor
it
and he
was gonna-
stabbed it.
It was going to wake up when we were on our way out of the dungeon and we were going to have to kill it again. So I was just trying to save us some work.
Not unlike that time he stabbed the unarmed prisoner and killed him.
That dude was going to kill us. So I ain't sorry.
Hmm.
So again, you can find him at where?
At Mccomicker, MCCOMICKER.
Send him all your good boys.
Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show and the art tonight.
Yeah, it was great stuff, Nick. You did a great job.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
the shit out of the art. Look, I'm gonna be a huge sellout and say that I really like the Cinzia art best, followed by Sausage
Same.
Fingers Goblin.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm very easy to please.
It's great.
I have my favorites. Speaking of favorites, the show is my favorite D&D show I'm currently running, and you can watch it next week,
Sorry,
Tuesdays
Cottontail.
at 8 Eastern. Have a good night.
Sorry for what?
Good night.